Everything is bigger in Texas, and no truer is that than with the intensity that can come out of the racing at the Texas Motor Speedway. Welcome to Fort Worth and to the Lone Star State. My name is Mullet, bringing you all of racing action from round 7 of the SRA IEL Truck Series. This is the Big Tex 150. 1.5 miles of quad oval action. That's the docket for us this afternoon, with 150 trips around this facility getting set to get underway. Texas Motor Speedway with the SRA Truck Series has long been known for all of the high-stakes drama that it can bring about. Notable stories, I think the most notable story, in fact, dates all the way back to just one season ago. Bobby Blowers chasing win number 1. Less than 10 laps to go, hooked head-on into the outside wall in turn 4. Race was over. Blowers might not be racing tonight, but a lot of drivers are that are trying to chase win number 1 of their SRA careers. Take a look at the point standings entering tonight. Paul Witt currently sits on top of the points boards by 5 over your 3-time repeat champion, Aaron Raymond. Justin Anisogak has been bumped down to the number 3 spot. He is still, though, just 11 points out than your main points leader. So it still remains a 3-horse race up front for the lead, with Zane Bailey chasing the distant 4th place, and then over 50 points out is Dylan Grutzmacher, closing out the top 5, but still having a very, very successful outing. Now, one story entering today: how will the rivalry between the Raymonds and the Dudas shake up this afternoon? Both Jared and Jim Duda are present this afternoon. Jim Duda turned twice last week at Rockingham by Aaron Raymond. One of those, not Raymond's fault. The other one, well, you could say it's 50-50. There were mixed emotions in the discussion channels after that race with how that whole race went down. And I can tell you right now, that has not gone away. We might very well be seeing the Dudas and Aaron Raymond coming to blows, especially with how tight they are started together on the racetrack this afternoon. So with that all said and done, you don't have long before racing action kicks off this afternoon from the SRA IEL Truck Series at Texas Motor Speedway. Drivers are already on the grid. They are already just about ready to kick things off in full force this afternoon. And boy, oh boy, again, what a time it has been for this league. What an awesome start to the series they have had. And it is not looking like it's going to be going anywhere anytime soon. The SRA, it's all about intensity. It's all about the drama. And there's going to be a lot of that coming into racing action this afternoon. Before we get to all of that, we still have to get through our opening ceremony. So we are going to take ourselves a quick step back. And when we return, we are going to be back with your starting grid on Green Flag TV.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
And with that, this is what the starting grid looks like for the Big Tex 150, 150 laps, ready to go racing at the Lone Star State. Started on pole position this afternoon It is Jared Duda by just 3/1000ths of a second ahead of Justin Anasogak. The three-time repeat champion is Aaron Raymond with Zane Bailey down in the number 4 spot. Paul Witt, your current points leader, but only by 5, enters this race in 5th, coming off of a season worst finish of 8th just 1 week ago, looking to get back into the top 5 and get a new streak going for himself. From there, you're going to have Jim Duda alongside him on row number 3. Brennan Grang holds row number 4. He stands alongside Julian Bellew. Then it's Michael Gudger and Ryan Wayne bringing it home to round out the top 10. Row number 6 holds Dylan Wilbers alongside LeBon Van Leer. Jordan Jung will be down to the 13th place spot alongside Team IEL's Bruce Dudley. From there, Aaron May is in 15th alongside Anthony Lane. We are now to the drivers that are outside the 0.2 of a second bracket. To the pole sitter, John Holiday is in 17th. One Cody Witt down in 18th. Charlie Birch starts 19th this afternoon. He is alongside Michael Campbell III. Moving down to the 21st place spot, it's the other Campbell. Mike Campbell Jr. starts in 21st alongside Noah Swafford. Dale Rapp is up at 23rd. Goodweiser Motorsports' Anthony Williams starts in 24th. Team Alpha One's captain Mike Allen starts 25th with SRA administrator Thomas Lane Jr. in 26th. Joshua Heimbaugh has found himself with a lot of troubles early in this season. He's hoping for better this afternoon at 27th. Nicholas Bra has just barely escaped a disaster at a big wreck last week. He starts 28th. Jernigan will then be at 29th alongside Goodweiser Motorsports drivers George Rincone. Robert Morrow starts 31st alongside Victory Elite Sports driver Michael Dow. John Walter Jr. for the Jack Dow Motorsports crew and former title contender. He starts 33rd, albeit almost 9/10 of a second off the pace. And the one driver that did not put down a time this afternoon, and the one driver that will not make the call, will be Zachary Tyler, all the way down in 34th. So with all that said and done, we're ready to rumble in Texas. So the field rolling out and getting set to go from the Texas Motor Speedway. It's all going to be about the action this afternoon. Who's going to be able to put that truck where? This track known to be a tire killer this afternoon, and it's going to be a rough ride for these 33 trucks to try and get themselves up and working. Some drivers have got to get a move on. They are still just leaving pit road. Some of them haven't even started to leave pit road, and the field is already entering turn number 3. So some of the drivers kind of slacking a little bit on the starting gun there. And I don't think we're going to have a fully forward grid by the time we get off of turn number 4. Now, this is the big question. Will they delay the start? Some leagues will. Some leagues say, hey, your fault. You had the time. And, well, you missed the call. You didn't go off pit road in time. That's not on you. And we will, in fact, delay the start. So we will go one more lap before we go back to green flag racing. I like that call. Some drivers you saw were already ready to rumble behind them. And, hey, it's not the guy at the very back of the train's fault if the guy 10 trucks ahead of him wasn't paying attention, just didn't get the memo. So even just now, you still have drivers catching the tail of the field, and, well, you see, we would have well taken the green flag. So we'll go green flag racing this time by pit stop windows estimated to be every 30-ish laps or so. Once again, we're expecting for us to be short by one set of tires on the fuel runs, as is the design of pit strategy in this league. So expected to see drivers gambling on when do they want to take the fuel only stop. That is if this race goes green, though. And while green flag runs are possible, SRA has not had the best of reputations around this racetrack. They really have had a huge tendency to kind of pile trucks up every 20, 30 laps or so. These races, man, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, it gets ugly, and I would not be surprised if it got a little bit ugly this afternoon. There's a lot of emotions running high in the league right now. A lot of drivers not happy with one another, especially so after a dramatic race at Rockingham. But whether or not that comes to any kind of fruition this afternoon, well, we'll have to wait and see. The iRacing pace truck will get set to pull down at a pit road, this time by... And it is now in the capable hands of Jared Duda. We enter the Geico restart zone for the first time tonight. Green flags in the air. It's go, go, go from the Lone Star State. And already we got problems at the back. No caution. We'll keep it green. More problems back straightaway now. And that will now force the yellow flag as Bellew goes spinning. So, in total, 2 different crashes there to put us under the yellow flag for the first time tonight. Not the start to the race we were hoping to have. I mentioned it might be a wild one. I didn't think it meant like this. Highball just didn't go. No idea what was going on there, but Highball just didn't go. Then Jernigan got stacked up. This is on board with Michael Dow, who had no idea this was happening ahead of him. I wonder if Highball was still in 4th and he kind of launched from the wrong gear. That would make the most sense to me personally. And then this is what happened to Bellew as he comes off of turn 2 and wow, Jim Duda just turned him. Holy cow, I mean, he just dumped him. Got chased all the way down the racetrack hard into the inside wall for both trucks, and you saw how much Bellew lifted off the ground there. That speed. That is a weird crash from Jim Duda. Wow, but that is an unbelievable sight. All 4 wheels up off the ground there. And this is what Duda saw. So off of turn 2 to the back straightaway, he just comes off the wall. I don't know what to make of that, to be frank. A very uncharacteristic error there from Jim Duda. And well, it puts us under caution for the first time tonight. Watch Bellew here as watch the tail end as he gets tagged for a second time. Look at the back of that truck, lifts off 3 wheels just about off the ground and then heavy lick into the inside wall. Jim Duda sent to the tail of the field, first of his at-fault incidents of the night. Jeez Louise. Well, it's not every day that we get something like this. Kick off with 2 different crashes on just the opening lap. Very uncharacteristic for the SRA IEL trucks. It has been becoming a little bit more common the last few races as tensions arise. Not to mention a lot of very difficult racetracks as of late. Bristol, Rockingham, Texas. Far from the easiest, and it's critical to know we are at the halfway point in the series after tonight. This race will mark the halfway stage of the championship with just 7 races to go after this one. It's hard to believe that so much time has already passed. And in those first 6 races, only 3 race winners. Bailey's won 1, Witt's won 2, and Raymond has won 3, 2 of them. Back-to-back, trying to go for the hack trick. And he's in a good spot right now, starting on the outside of row number 1 in the Pepsi Silverado. Jared Duda will start to his inside as the control truck. And we'll try it again. Green flag is in the air. Duda leads the first official green flag lap at the line. Still side by side for the lead with Aaron Raymond, and looking like Jared Duda might be forced to back out. Sliding across the nose. Gonna shut the door on the Raymond Motorsports number 6 from Highgate, Vermont. Now Anna Sogak trying to punch a ticket down to the inside of the racetrack. Paul Witt looking up top. Brendan Gregg also in the mix. Michael Gudger gets it in as well as we work it down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Lot of aggression being shown early on. Whoa, big block! Jared Duda blocks Raymond almost down to the apron as we rocket into turn numbers 3 and 4. Boy, getting the elbows out, aren't we, boys? It's lap 1 of 150. Calm down. We're not at that point yet. On board with Raymond as he chases the 53 Moser Racing Ford F-150 through turns 1 and 2. Extremely close shave on the back straightaway. Tell you what. Raymond cut Duda a massive break right there. This is on board with Aaron Raymond. Watch as he gets the run, looks to cut low, and Duda said no. You heard Raymond lift to avoid running into the back of him. Now Aaron Raymond looking for the inside. Can't get the move going. Back behind. The battle's on for third. Paul Witt going defensive against Anna Sogak. Roger, Greg, both in the fray as they work off a turn number 4. Boy, I've said it before, Texas Motor Speedway tends to be one of my least favorite mile-and-a-half cookie-cutter style racetracks that NASCAR has to offer, but boy, this series comes dangerously close to making me love this place because of the type of race that they have put on here time after time again. And a Sogak burns his equipment up early. He's going to drop back behind Brendan Gregg. Now Paul Witt, points leader, trying to lunge around the high side of Aaron Raymond. Roger tracking up on the bottom side. He can't make the move for third. Straight down Broadway, down the quad oval. Raymond looking high on Jared Duda. Paul Witt trying to stuff one down on the low side. Not going to get there. He slips across the nose. Not going to stop the driver from Highgate, Vermont, though, from looking high. To the inside is Jared Duda. The intensity builds and builds over the course of these races, and it is not going away anytime soon. Side by side for the lead in 4. Raymond still fighting the top shelf, refusing to give so much as a millimeter up top. Duda going to come across the nose, and Raymond is boxed in by Paul Witt, can't go anywhere. Gets clear, makes the move. Duda blocks again down low into 3. Jared Duda's got a bone to pick with Aaron Raymond. It's been festering ever since Atlanta, the last race that Jared Duda found himself in. They made contact there. They went to war during the mini stock series over the winter months. Will we see another Duda and Raymond collision this afternoon? I like what Paul Witt's doing. He's moving around, trying to find the momentum to get down the inside of Aaron Raymond. He's going to find a little bit of an entry for the nose, but not good enough. And Sogak has been starting to reel these guys back in. He's now looking at the inside of Brendan Gregg. He's going to battle his way to the top 5. And Sogak has been on one of the best rookie runs we have seen yet on Greenflight TV. Top 5 after top 5 finish. Well, up front, Raymond's now got the inside. Duda's going to give up the run because he's trying to go for the over-under. Look at the crossover from Duda. Down the inside, contact. 3, 4 wide. 4 wide for the lead. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3. They're going to triple it out. And out of all of that, Gudger swings through, says thank you very much. Gudger to the point. Raymond's in the wall. And Sogak into the mix. It's a complete dogfight like the Berlin Blitz as we get set to rip it down to turn number 1. Justin and Sogak holding the bottom side. Duda up top, Raymond behind. Contact into the wall again for the number 6. You'd think it's a green-white checkered, but what a move! What did Gudger just pull off on the backstretch? Take a look at this. Gudger played them for suckers. The run from behind. Witt goes high. Gudger goes low. They didn't quite go for, but they definitely thought about it. Witt got squeezed out, and then in the middle of all of that, the fact that they didn't wreck there is a minor miracle. That's what I like to see, the hard racing but fair racing. No one overstepped the bounds. They had complete confidence in each other. They had complete confidence in the trucks. That was unbelievable. Now Zane Bailey gonna drop down low, cover off Ryan Wayne. Up front, Gudger under fire by rookie sensation Justin Sogak. 20 laps in the books, Sogak to the lead. Gudger immediately looks low. The LSU Moser Racing 64, Toyota Tundra, not going to get there. Bit of smoke up the road as trucks get a little bit crossed up. Might have been Dylan Wilbers. Raymond now under fire from Jordan Jung and Lamont Van Leer. Aaron May going to look for the inside as well. Raymond is hemorrhaging positions. Burned up all his equipment trying to get around Jared Duda. And now he is paying the price. No, Raymond sideways into the wall. Middle of turn 2. Took quite a knock into the fence there. Jump on board with Aaron Raymond through 1 and 2. This easily could have been yellow flag number 2 of the night. Little loose, little loose. How about that? He wrangled that truck underneath him. Beautiful save there from Aaron Raymond. Raymond will continue to fight that truck. Well, looks like several of the battles on the racetrack are starting to dwindle. Racing action continues a battle deeper in the field. Mike Allen and Anthony Williams right now scrapping it out for the 18th place spot. Campbell going around the outside of Anthony Williams. Looking like quite a few trucks here starting to lose their momentum in the midfield of this race. I think some of that tie-in we're starting to come into play. We are also less than 10 laps away, anticipated from our first big pit stop runs of the night. And boy, what a show it has been so far. Trouble up in turn number 4 as Aaron Raymond is into the outside wall big. Oh boy, and now up the road. Campbell escaping down low. We're 3 wide through turn number 1. Right, so something big just went awry in turn number 4 there. Here's Aaron Raymond as he's on the bottom. Whoa, loose up the track. Heavy hit into the outside wall. Vicious blow for the driver, the number 6. And Campbell had to jump through the infield to avoid a collision. Oh, boy. Aaron Raymond has been forced into pit road, and that comes as a result of this very heavy impact into the turn 4 wall. Ouch. So Aaron Raymond down on the inside. Game over for the number 6. I do not recall if we get the one quick bear. If we do, that should save and get him back in this race. No, he is done. He is out. Noah Swaffer now comes down into pit road. First driver to come down for what we believe to be scheduled green flag pit stops. Looking like fuel only for the Raymond Motorsports number 17. Nicholas Braw is the next one in. Ryan Wayne now comes down to pit road. Dale Rapp, Charlie Birch, Anthony Lane all into the pits this time by. Rapp temporarily jumped to the top of the timing boards. He had to reverse at his pit stop, which bumped him back over the timing line. That will be rectified once everyone else completes their pit stop run, which is currently in full swing. And a Sogak, Witt, Van Leer, Wilbers, Dudley, all in the pit road. And it's up. Watch for drivers merging out. It's a busy, busy place. Away from behind, catching some grass on the entry to pit road. Here comes race leader Michael Gudger in the pit road. Here comes Jared Duda, Brandon Gregg are all in the pit road. Aaron May is in the pit road this time by. As is Campbell, still waiting on race leader Zane Bailey. to come down the pit road along with Holiday, Williams, Rincon, and Campbell. And then Highball would be the last of them. And Bailey is looking to stay out one more. Might be hoping for a caution to try to trap a lot of folks a lap down. A genius strategy. I'd try for it if you're going to go this long. Mostly fuel only. Jordan Jung took 4 tires this time by. Ryan Wayne took 4. In fact, everybody right now below 10. Well, you know what? I'll wait on that until after the pit stop window is completed so we can get a firm number for it. And here comes Zane Bailey. And looking like Cody Witt might have done a little bit more than catch some grass. In fact, it was an unsafe pit entry for him because he way overshot. You saw the tire treads in the grass there. And look out, Zane. You got a truck on your inside there, brother. There you go. Holiday, Goodweiser are both in the pit road. And looking as though Aaron Raymond not going to be available for comment after his smash into the outside wall. Campbell comes down the pit road. Jordan Jung screams to the inside of Jared Duda. Jung scored as the 99, by the way, on the boards, even though he's got 60 on the truck. In fact, LeBon Van Leer has got the real number 60 on his truck. So that's an issue that may need rectifying between races here. But Bruce Dudley and Dylan Wilbers are both going at it. Dudley hanging on from Wilbers quite nicely, the Team IEL. Number 86. Scrambling after Wilbers on the inside of the racetrack. And out of pit road, here comes Mike Campbell. So right now, drivers on fresh tires. You got Jung, you got Wayne. Bailey took 2. Then on 4 tires is Dudley, Van Leer, Wilbers, Birch, May, and Braz. Dale Rapp is on 2. Rincon is on 2. Alden and Buwalda both on 4. Then everyone else is on fuel only. Left of your screen, you can see the pit stop times for everyone. General indication, 11 to 12 seconds. That's a 2-tire stop. And unless that's fuel only. 13 and a half and up, you're looking at 4. Still a lot of race to go. We are working lap 40 of 150 this afternoon. Now Justin Andersogak under fire for the lead, but he is on all tires, so this was to be expected. Jordan Jung to the lead of the race, and Jordan Jung going to lead his first laps of 2025 for his campaign. Ryan Wayne, meanwhile, looking for the outside of the racetrack, and you saw how quickly he breezed past Andersogak. That is the difference from fresh tires compared to old tires. And now Ryan Wayne is chasing down Jordan Jung because he's also got 5-lap fresher tires in the car ahead of him. So this should be an easy move here for Wayne. He's going to look high. Jung's down low. And this is going to be no contest here in 1 and 2. Way up to the top shelf. Oh, heads up, middle lap traffic. Joshua Jernigan throwing some spice into the mix, and that slows down Wayne's momentum. But it won't stop him from taking it. With ease, I might add. Wild how quickly one of these races can fly by. Already almost 1/3 distance in the books. And still a lot of fierce battling on the racetrack. Brennan Gregg has got Bruce Dudley just behind him now. Again, Gregg, a driver that is on fuel only for his first stop of the night. Whoa, a bit loose there for the 27. Watches him up the hill. Wilbers will get by. Aaron May should, in theory, make quick work of him. Further down the field, you got a pack of 3 as Witt, Van Leer, and Bailey are all together. Then how about this? Jordan Johnson getting his act together. He's now looking for the inside of... Oh, hello. We got problems up in turn number 2, it looks like. A lot of smoke ahead. Whoa, boy, what is going on with Anthony Lane? Lane all over the shot. Leaders are unfazed. Lane goes around the outside. John gets boxed in. And Lane gets put 3 wide on the bottom. What the hell just happened to Lane in turn 4? Now he's into the infield grass. Right on board of Anthony Lane here. This is going to be coming around through turn 1. Wow, just like, so there was already a prior incident and Lane just lost it by himself. Not sure what the other incident was for. And that will, as of this point, remain a mystery. 31 of 33 trucks are still in this race, 25 of which are on the lead lap. Tracking an ever-growing battle pack here as these guys on fresh tires keep trying to cut their way to the point. Bruce Dudley kind of leading the charge right now in his number 86 for Team IEL. Out of the top 5 on the bottom right of your screens, Dudley, Wilbers, and May have fresh 4 Goodyears on them. Gutcher and Duda right now are on the back foot, but they do still have that tire set that they can use to try to get these spots back later on. They're getting the painful stint out of the way early. Now, a lot of drivers prefer to do that, and honestly, I'm a fan of it, right? Take the fuel-only stop early. That way you know you're good to go later on in the race if you need to come down for a last-minute caution. Kind of keeps you out of a late-game bind, but it does rely on these races going long, and this one looking like we're going to be playing the long game this afternoon. A lot of big races on green flag. Oh boy, I will get back to that in a minute. We're 3 wide again. This time with a lap trap, it's Campbell up high. May gets into the door of Gunjar. A little hip check up the racetrack in 2. Nearly sending the 64 entry for a ride. Van Leer pulls across the nose. Jared Duda punts to the inside. I think they kind of disrupted Gudge's rhythm more than he realized. What a big time on the back foot. Anyway, a lot of long races on Green Flag TV. This is one of the longest races of the season right here for the SRA IEL Truck Series. Tomorrow, it's a NASCAR doubleheader. Cyber Thunder Racing League kicks off their 2025 season, the 5th annual Cyber 500. That'll be at noon Eastern Time. Join Derek Watson and I for all 200 laps around the World Center of Racing. And from there, we jump on a plane to America's home for motorsports, Concord, North Carolina, hosts round 2 of the ASRA Xfinity Series presented by Purple Haze Auto Sport at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And then on Monday night, the High Tide Race League MF Race Designs for Beer Series gets set to close out the round of 8 and gear ourselves up for the last race of the season. Penultimate race at Phoenix, coming up at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Charlie Burke being hounded right now by a lap truck. That is the number 3 entry of Anthony Williams, who's a couple laps down. In fact, he gets 3 down because he got caught for speeding or damage or something on his pit stop. Was in the box for a minute and a half. That's going to back Birch up now into Jared Duda. And Jared Duda might be getting a little bit more patient with this here. He wants to go. Good news for Duda. Second pit stop window, less than 10 laps away. Just shy of 30 people watching us live on Green Flag TV. Welcome to all of our viewers, whether you be maybe returning or fresh faces. If you're new, we hope you'll subscribe today and tune in for near daily action. Some of the most thrilling leagues iRacing has to offer. Aaron Manning cuts to the inside of Dylan Wilbers, picks off the number 5 position. Good news for him. And here we go, second round of pit stops underway. Jordan Jung and Dale Rapp both coming to pit road. And Dale Rapp nursing a, oh boy. Something has happened to Dale Rapp. That truck is broke. What in the world has happened to you, my friend? Going to be forced to back up. Now, we're going to have to go on an adventure here, so bear with me on this. Dying to know where he got that damage from, because that is, yeesh, that is a brutal hit into the wall. So no damage for him there. He's got the damage on his trip down to pit road. So right there, turn 2. Get a look. Loose, overcorrect, and wall, heavy into the wall. Forcing Dale Rapp down and potentially out of the fight. That's brutal news there for Dale Rapp. Let's get in touch with the Silver Fox Racing driver that is currently sitting in pit road. Dale, is this day over for you, or are you looking to get back out there?
No, it's too much damage. We're done.
Tough break for you. What happened there coming off of turn number 2?
It was on old tires. Just trying to. I was thinking about going in a lap or 2 to get freshies, try something different from what everybody else was doing, and waited a lap or 2 too long.
Well, next week we're headed to the Kansas Speedway. Are you looking to bounce back then when we swing to the Prairie States?
That's my kind of track, Kansas. I like Kansas. Good one.
All right, we'll hopefully see you again next week. Tough break tonight, but still a lot of season to go.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, Nolan.
They'll wrap the Silver Fox Racing driver out of the race on lap 56 after he tanks the wall big time in coming out of turn number 2. Coming down to pit road is Ryan Wayne, second place on the road. Paul Witt and Nicholas Bras also down. Swafford and Lane are also down. Now, they took fuel only on their first stop, so we are expecting... How about that? Ryan Wayne, still a 9-second stop, potentially a 2-tire run. Paul Witt is in. Let's see what Witt does here. 9.2 in the box last time by. There's Wrights. And 4 tires for the 429 for your points leader. Zane Bailey to pit road this time as well. Jared Juno's also in. Charlie Birch is in. Once again, pit road becoming a busy, busy place. And a Sogak, race leaders in the pit road this time. Wilbers, Gudger both come down to the pits this time by. As drivers weigh their options, where do you take tires? Where do you opt against it? Oh, look out, Anthony Lane. Catching some turf again on the front straightaway. To think of a pack like this, it might be beneficial to try to come down for the undercut, try to see if we can kind of get out of this traffic. Problem is, it's very risky fitting in a big pack of cars like that because you don't want to find yourself coming down to the lane when you have so much struggle on trying to keep speed up so you don't get run over from behind. There goes Birch up the inside. Greg Rincon into the pits this time. A lot more kind of one-on-one coming down to the pits as opposed to everybody coming down in a big wave like we saw for our first pit stop, staying around laps 31 to 33. Holiday's in. Jim Duda's in. So while pit stops are underway, we have managed to get a hold of the driver out of Highgate, Vermont. Aaron Raymond going to be joining us up now in the broadcast booth. And, well, Aaron, not an ideal run for you. It was a tough break on lap 25. You find yourself going into the wall. Was that damage from the earlier fierce dogfighting we saw for the lead?
Yeah, we're battling really hard there. I scraped the wall a little bit, and I just maybe a little bit tight, so when I was racing with Duty there a couple laps later, I just smacked the wall off of turn 2, and it just destroyed my truck, and I was just trying to hold on to it, and it got away from me there at the end there.
Well, you were able to take 2 wins back-to-back. You've gotten 3 so far on the season, but this DNF, considering we don't have any playoffs to help us out here, every point counts in a championship that is as competitive as this. What do you think this finish is going to be doing for your championship chances?
Well, it's definitely not going to help. Speaking that, I was kind of going to rely on my railway race for next week because I'm not going to be able to make it. So it's definitely going to hurt my run here in the season, but hopefully Paul can hang on to it then.
Well, even if you're not making next week's race, that still leaves you with 6 races to try to rally back. It wasn't a best start, and you were still able to rally back and fight your way up to within 5 points of the lead. Do you reckon that's something you can do again in the closing 6?
I'm going to try my best. I got a lot of good tracks in the following races, so just going to have to see what happens.
We'll wish you the best of luck, Aaron. Tough break tonight, but there's always 2 weeks.
Yep, thank you.
And Raymond will be finishing his race on the hauler, one of the first retirements of this race. Bellia went out on lap 5, and Raymond went out on lap 25. Most drivers have been in and out of pit road. LeBon Van Leer will pick up the number 9 spot. So with racing action still yet to die off tonight, it's been a fun, hard-fought race this afternoon. Let's take a rundown of your starting, well, not of your starting grid, of your entire grid this afternoon. Justin Sogag leads the way, 3.3 seconds up on Ryan Way. Jordan Jung down to the number 3 spot, but Mike Gudger quickly chasing him down on French tires in 4th. Judah will look to pick up the 4th place spot in just a moment. Bruce Dudley right now sitting in 6th. That is Paul Witt in 7th. Birch in 8th. Fighting for 9th, it's Brandon Gregg, LeBon Van Leer, and Dylan Wilbers. Aaron May not too far of this pack in 12th. Zane Bailey in 13th. Nicholas Braz is in 14th, and Reed Cohn, the last truck on the lead lap, down in 15th. From there, you got Noah Swapper right behind Ryan Wayne at the moment with Holiday in 17th. Bawalda is in 18th with Jernigan and Allen exchanging blows for 19th and 20th. 21st place holds Robert Amaro with Michael Campbell III in 22nd. Anthony Lane is 23rd with Mike Campbell Jr. in 24th. Highball's 25th, Witt in 26th, then Michael Dow 6th and 27th. Thompson Jr. is 8th, Anthony Williams is 9th, and Jim Duda, last truck on the racetrack right now, down in 30 with Rapp, Raymond, and Bellew out of race action tonight. Still a long way to go in this one. We're almost halfway home. We'll take a break. We'll be back on Green Flag TV.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Green Flag TV still in racing action. Green flag since lap number 1 this afternoon. 1 crash on the opening lap, then, green since 5. Only 1 caution on the day for that lap 1 rev. We have had a few tanks into the wall, but nothing that has been particularly racing as of yet. Whoa, we might get it there! Bailey up the track, and Van Leer catches the wall. Big moment for the 60 and the 20. I think Van Leer just got a little bit loose there. But yikes. Charlie Birch with the moment. Yeah, Bailey just got loose, washed up in a Birch and sent him into the outside wall. Boy, just as I was talking about how we've been green since lap 5. We almost get our second yellow of the night. It'll be just my luck. We talked about what's coming on up over the next week on Green Flag TV, or at least over the next few days. Let's take a look at what's coming on up over the next month. This is the last race in February for the SRA IEL Truck Series. As you see, Anna Sogak going 3 wide as he's going to lap 2. 100 laps to Kansas City 100 on March 1st to kick off the month. From there, the Johnson 200 will see us go over 200 laps around North Wilkesboro Speedway. From there, it's 100 laps around the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Then Nashville and Darlington will close out the month with 125 and 100 laps apiece. Getting a lot of the longer races out of the way earlier, and that means that as the sprint races start coming into play more and more over the next several days, and over the next several weeks, that aggression is going to continue to ramp up more and more and more. Jernigan, Campbell, Bowalda. Under a blanket right now. This is a 3-way scrap for 19th. One driver that has really stood out to me, though, Justin Anasogak, the driver of the number 13. Still chasing his official maiden win. The driver out of Kenai, Alaska. He did start on the pole in 3 races. He started on pole at Daytona, at Vegas, at Bristol. However, he has not come out on top in any of them. He has not had one race outside of the top 10. His worst finishes, twin 9th place finishes at Homestead and Daytona, then a 5th place at Bristol, 4th at Rockingham, 3rd at Vegas, and 2nd at Atlanta. So close to win number 1. This realistically, assuming this goes green, the best opportunity that Anasogak has had all season to take his first win. Robert Amaro coming down pit road on lap 77 as our 3rd pit stop window is kicking off. Whit Gregg running 4th and 5th in a close battle. Gregg on the hunt, trying to see if he can't find a way to get around your current points leader up the road. Setting sun started to come into play a little bit more over the skies of turn 3 and 4. And around the top goes the 27. Brandon Gregg trying to see if he can't open up a door. And you know what? He might just get one. Up top goes Brandon Gregg, and that's because Paul Witt is pitting. I was wondering why he backed off the pace all of a sudden. Jared Duda coming in the pit road for the third. Most drivers by now have burned their fuel-only stop, so it's going to be tires from here to the end. I think the pack at this point going to be far more predictable than what we've seen throughout the first couple of pit stops. And a Sogak comes down as well. Whoa, heads up, high bomb, merging with Bawalda bid, and Bawalda going to have to get on the biters here. And Sogak made it clear it was not about to yield. There we go, they'll sort it out. Meanwhile, Gudger and Gregg are both going to make their way down into the pits. Once again, pit road, one of the busiest times for it. And we've still got one more stop ahead of us in about 30 laps. The question is, are we going to go green by the time we get there? Sogak in the meantime continued to pick off drivers one at a time. Jared Duda still 8.6 seconds out. Gudger back in third. Witt in fourth. Wilbers in fifth, though he is just leaving pit road. And he's going to be passed up by Brennan Gregg right about now. There he is. Might get caught by Ryan Wayne too. And he is. Fastest lap of the race overall set by Gudger last time by a 29.82. That is half a tenth better than the second fastest lap of the race, put down by Anna Sogak so many laps ago. So that LSU Toyota Tundra is on a charge right now, trying to get back through the field. Meanwhile, just behind them, Amaro and Bawalda looking to sling some dirt. John Holiday comes down to pit road this time for his scheduled stop. While Brennan Gregg puts down the fastest lap of the race and eclipses Gudger's lap by going 29.78, the only truck so far to break into the 29.7 second bracket, showing that he is moving. Gregg once more than fifth. Working our way into the final third of this race. It'll be 50 laps to go. Still a long way away from this race being a done deal. For all the drivers that can stretch it to lap 120, they should be good to go the distance. But for guys that cannot, looking at drivers that have pitted, in particular Charlie Birch, at risk, pitted on 87. They might not be able to go the distance. This race still might have a fuel mileage aspect to it. Campbell gonna come down to pit road, and he was the driver that was kind of off cycle. We were waiting on him to come down to the lane, and now he is going to finally wrap up our fourth round green flag pit stops. Third round of green flag pit stops. So once again, we'll step away for a brief moment and return to the pit. Green Flag TV.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back to Green Flag TV, approaching the final pit stop cycle of the race, and battles picking up on the racetrack. Van Leer being caught by Wilbers, a three-way scrap for 18 between Campbell, and Mawalda. Rincon and Braz are tight on the racetrack, as is Witt and Gregg. So numerous fights yet to be decided on the racetrack. Looking like this one to go the way of Campbell Jr. for the time being. While Brennan Gregg has been steadily closing in the gap to Team IEL driver Paul Witt. That leads the points over the last several laps. Less than 40 laps on the boards this afternoon. Under 10 laps away. Once you go another 7 laps, you're good to go the distance on fuel, but for a few drivers in this field, I'm not sure if they can hit that number. Now, it's nobody in the top 10, really. I think everybody within the top 10 is more than good to go at the end on fuel, especially those that are a lap down. It's only going to be a question. Really, Charlie Birch is the big one right now, running back in that number 11 spot. Birch last pitted on lap 11 in this race. And you know what? Compare the stint lengths, right? Look at Anasogak's stint lengths. 31, and 30. Birch's was 30, 31, but then 26. Not an ideal stretch for the fuel. Not sure why he pitted so much earlier on that second stop. Maybe he took his fuel-only stint on that second pit stop and decided, I don't think I can go the distance from here, so that's why I decided to come down early in that third stint. So that decision is actively going to be costing him on the racetrack if it doesn't go his way. Again, clears Cody Witt, while Bruce Dudley looking to size up Dylan Wilbers to try to get by him for 9th. This is for spots that are all 1 lap down. Not a lot of trucks left on the lead lap at this point in time. Wilbers clears up ahead of Dudley, and it's a done deal. As I say that, Dudley takes back to the inside of Wilbers, and he'll go for it. Oh boy, caution flag is out. Noah swapping around to the back straightaway. This is going to change everything. all of a sudden, fuel is a big number to worry about for drivers. Taking a look back, Swafford loose out of turn 2, hard into the inside wall. Something going awry there. Not sure exactly what. But just from that and what we see, I have to imagine that that is a wheel disconnect. Because look at how much he stops. That might be a screen blacking out, a VR headset shutting off. But that is a weird incident. He was down low on the racetrack now, trying to nurse it in, and here come the leaders. In fact, here comes pretty much everyone. Mike Allen is slowing on the front straightaway, and I can see that he... Oh, there you go. Yep, swapping into the line. Monitor went black. That was the word from race control. Man, that's a tough break. All of a sudden, though, this race has... Man, it has really come to life. In ways that, to be blunt, I don't think anybody really expected. Well, we can talk to one driver that is just going through a pit stop run right now, although it's a bit of a long stop there for Zane Bailey. And as Bailey is going to get himself up on the racetrack, we'll quickly try to bring in Zane, see if we can get in a word with the driver that just took a lucky dog free pass. Zane, long pit stop for you on pit road there. What happened?
No comment.
All right, fair enough. But this caution coming out at an awkward point. What are you reckoning is going to be the case with fuel in this one?
I have a chance to have tires.
All right, well, hopefully we'll see if we'll be seeing you further up the field by the end of this one. It'll be interesting with the fuel numbers. We'll see you at the end of the race.
Yep.
So Zane Bailey, not telling much, playing cards close to the vest with that one. But we're getting set to go green, lap 29. In theory, we should be good. I don't see anything that would make us not good. Although my field calculations have never been the best, but I'm assuming we're good to go from here. Field works off of turn number 4. 7 trucks are on the lead lap. Green flag is up in the air. Michael Gudger did not wait to break away from this field. He is absolutely hauling the mail up front right now. And Asogak picking up the number 2 spot. Duda in third, Greg in fourth, Witt fifth, Wayne sixth, Bailey in seventh. Those are the trucks that are on the lead lap. Zane Bailey hoping for a quick caution so he can try to fight his way through all this lap traffic and get himself back at the front. Another caution coming out, not outside of the realm of possibility in this one. It's been a hard-fought race so far. It's been a long race, but boy, it has been a great one as well. A race of calm and with few cautions that I think a lot of these drivers needed. Jared Duda looking for the inside of Justin Anasogak. He'll put himself to second. Brandon Gregg quickly sweeps through to pick up third. What a lot of this field separating out really early in this one. Not seeing too many major battles as you get deeper in the field. A lot of trucks have kind of spread apart and not seeing a lot of the fight that we saw at the front of this race. Taking up now, although you got a bit of a line, but it's not much. Meanwhile, Levon Van Leer. Sorry, that's Charlie Birch and Aaron May getting around Bruce Dudley. Ryan Wayne thinking about the inside. He's not going to commit, though. Paul Witt trying to start a new top 5 streak after he lost his streak at Rockingham with a 9th place finish last week. And while Gunter did get up to half a second up the road, now he is quickly losing time. Missed turn 1 by a different zip code. Here comes Jared Duda. Duda screams the inside, makes short work of the LSU number 64. Jared Duda leads the Big Tex 150. Sun is setting over Texas Motor Speedway. Stadium lights, I believe, have flicked on. Whether it gets much darker than this, though, would depend on another caution coming out, and I don't think there's going to be one. Not with how spread out this field got in a hurry. So it's all eyes up front, as it looks like this one's going to be a battle between Duda and Gudger. Man, what a tough break for Justin Anasogak. He had whole seconds, about half a lap up on the field before that caution came out. And man, if he's left wanting for a 7th time in a row after starting on pole position 3 times this season, that's going to be killing him. I mean, it's frustrating knowing that you could have maybe not even just one win, but a couple of wins under your belt, and every time it's just been robbed from you at one point or another. That stings me. That's going to stick with you a lot. You can do a pretty big number on your confidence, but I think what Anasogak's got to think, though, is, hey, I've been there. I was in the lead. I have the speed. He just needs to find a way to bounce back and actually drive forward so we can start playing offense rather than on defense, which is what he's been doing all night. Campbell could not go the distance. He is into pit road for a splash and go. Jared Duda slowly but surely starting to build a gap on the cars behind. You take a look at the laps the last little while. Into 10th and a half on lap 132 alone. Lap 133, what will that delta be? How about that? He lost a few hundredths, so he's not gaining by much, but he is gaining. Gudger, though, and the other guys behind did a good job on trying to keep him in check. Meanwhile, deep in the field, Dudley about to make a move on May to get back into the top 10. Dudley's been having a great night so far. One of the best he's had of his SRA career so far. As Dudley's going to put himself back into the top 10. Might have a look for third as Hannah Sogak trying to fight back to pick up a podium. Hannah Sogak to the inside of Brennan Gregg. He picks up a third place spot. All right, Hannah Sogak showing he is down, he is not out. He's fought back to third. Can Hannah Sogak get his first win of his SRA career? That's not in a preseason race. Why you got all this going on? You've got one truck trying to cut its way through. That is, I think, Campbell? It's the 71. That's Mike Campbell Jr. Fresh tires trying to cut through the pack here. Oh, careful, guys. This is going to get dicey. He is on fresher tires, but you're interrupting a battle for the lead. How willing do you think they're going to be to let you by? That's the inside of Gudger. Man, this is really breaking up this fight for the lead. I hope he gets by him soon. I'm not a fan of seeing a fight like this being broken up by a lap truck, even if it's on fresh tires. Paul Witt, meanwhile, going to look to the inside of Brennan Gregg. Looks to pick up a spot. Meanwhile, Campbell doing the wise thing, going to the high side to complete the pass. It secures the fourth place spot, and now here comes Michael Gudger. He is right up the back bumper of Jared Duda, but don't look now. Justin Anasogak is ready to party. 10 laps to go. It is on. Oh, Gudger's going defensive. He's sacrificing the race lead here, trying to keep Jared Duda out in front. Keeping Anasogak behind. Worth noting that Gudger is a teammate with Jared Duda. They both run under the Team IEL banners. And both with Moza Racing stickers on the tail end, so that could very well impact where Gudger's loyalties lie here. Anasogak is not privy to that club. Look at just how close Anasogak gets to the tail end, though. so close to wiping Gudger out there in turn 3. On board, looking high. Gudger's up top. This time, Anasogak's got the nose in. Gudger can't fight him. Looking to the inside. Gudger trying to fend him off from up top. Pushing him all the way towards the outside wall. Nearly contact between the two as they cross the stripe. Duda now half a second clear. Anasogak clears for second. Now does he have the pace to run down Duda? He would need to gain about a 10th a lap. He's got some draft, so that will help him. But will it be enough? Six laps to go. 4 tenths between them. Anasogak's got to drive. Five to go. The gap's under 4. Anasogak is reeling him in the right amount. A 10th a lap is what he needs. A 10th a lap is what he's doing. Now lap traffic going to upset the rhythm. Jernigan catches the fence. All right, that bobbled Anasogak's run, but he cannot allow himself to be facing that. He's got to gather himself. Maiden win on the line. No member of the Duda family has seen themselves get to victory lane yet. Not for lack of trying. Could Jared Duda be the first driver to put a Duda name into victory lane in 2025? Just over a quarter of a second, 3 to go. It is all eyes up front. 2 tenths of a second. But Anasogak has hit a wall. It's dirty air. And boy, there's a lot of it. John Mullet Jr. could not go the distance. He comes down to pit road. 2 to go and 2 tenths between them. Under 2 tenths. Turn 1, the Achilles heel of anybody trying to challenge for the lead of a race. And you can see Anasogak slipping a bit. Oh, nearly gets the outside wall. White flag coming at you, this time by 10 and a half. This is going to be one hell of a battle. No, he catches the wall! Anasogak strikes the wall in turn 4! And that will spill an end to the battle. Now all Duda's got to do is drive away. Anasogak makes a mistake, chokes at the worst possible moment. He was there, he had it, but he throws it away. And Jared Duda walks it off for the Big Tex 150. Unbelievable. The drama is high. And once again, Texas Motor Speedway does not disappoint. Heartbreak as Anasogak, after dominating the race, left wanting once again. Jared Duda, meanwhile, from St. Michael, Minnesota, earns it down on the front stretch. Or maybe not. He might have just run out of fuel. Oh boy. What a race that we had this afternoon. Let's take a rundown of your official post-race results this afternoon. After 150 laps, Duda takes home the win, and Anna Sogag wondering what could have been if I didn't throw it away coming off the forward to the white flag. Gudger picks up a podium with Paul Witt in 4th, Brendan Gregg in 5th, Ryan Wayne in 6th, Zane Bailey in 7th, Carter Birch in 8th, LeBron Van Leer 9th, and Bruce Dudley rounds out the top 10. 1 lap down. From there, it's May, Wilbers, Rick Cohn, Campbell, Braz, Campbell, Holiday, Amaro, Bawalda, and Witt. Close out the top 20. And for the rest of the field, it's Michael Dowd, Thomas Lay Jr., Joshua Jernigan, Mike Allen, Joshua Highball, Anthony Williams, Anthony Lane, Noah Swapper, Jordan Jung. Jim Duda did not finish this race, along with Jung and Swafford. Joining the likes of Dale Rapp, Aaron Raymond, and Julian Bellew, with Zachary Tyler not starting racing action tonight. Boy, what a dramatic turn of events, though, to close out the night. And we'll get a chance to give a chit-chat here to all the drivers that come home at the end of it. Starting off first and foremost with one Jared Duda comes home, and Jared, your first Truck Series win this afternoon. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, no, it does feel good. I had to miss the last few weeks because I was on traveling for work on a trip. And then this season has just been kind of garbage for me. Daytona did all right. Second race, running Atlanta, running like top 5 all night, got wrecked, and then some poor strategy race 3, and then got wrecked in race 4 as well. So I'm excited to be back up here talking to you guys.
You're not shy of dramatic moments, at least, managing to just fend off Anna Sogag tonight. Of course, I think the low point when you find yourself nose first stuck in the safer barrier at Atlanta. But like you mentioned, it hasn't necessarily been the season for Jared Duda. Championship-wise, I think it might be out of the fight for this season. But what do you have in store for the rest of the season regardless?
Yeah, having to miss races and getting wrecked a few times definitely takes you out of the championship hunt. I'm just showing up to run good and win races. But yeah, this was a really fun race. I'm glad we got a lot of green flag runs. Justin was lightning fast. I was lucky to squeak by the pole out of him too. But he definitely had us on the long run. That late race yellow let me capitalize. I got out in front, was able to hold it. It would have been a good race to finish if he didn't clap the wall on coming to the white. So like I said, I'm just glad to be here. We ran out of gas. Didn't even get to do a burnout, so we had that timed up perfectly this race.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Congratulations on your first Truck Series win, and hopefully we'll see you again next week in Kansas.
Thank you.
Jared Duda from St. Michael, Minnesota comes home number 1 this afternoon. Number 2, it's Justin Sogag, and boy, what could have been, Justin? I mean, it was... it's got to be tough, right? He dominated the race, had 9+ seconds on the field, and ends up coming down to a poorly timed yellow. And what do you think might have happened? He did not clap the wall there coming out of 4.
I think he still would have won. I was going to race him clean no matter what. I wasn't going to be an Aaron Raymond and just move him out of the way or anything. But yeah, had a really good truck. Man, just really wish that caution didn't come out, but you can't help when someone's monitors go black on them and they have to stop. So other than that, I had a really, really good time, good points day. Man, I just really wanted that win though.
Well, you're 7 for 7 on top 10s. You've got in 5 top 5s, 3 pole positions, and make this now a 3rd podium finish as well. I mean, you're still 3rd place in the points, and with Aaron Raymond being down and out and finishing ahead of Paul Witt, you're not quite in the points league yet, but you're definitely within striking distance. Championship-wise, you might be one of our first rookies to take a championship in a long time.
Yeah, I just there was a few races there that strategy didn't go our way at all. Like the last, I think 3 races, I think finally our strategy came around, but just with that untimely caution came out. But other than that, I'm just trying to do my thing and not wreck anybody.
Well, next week, it might be the same track length, but it's a wildly different race. A wildly different racetrack at the Kansas Speedway and 50 fewer laps. How's that going to pan into the strategizing for next week?
It's probably going to be like, probably like Vegas, pretty much. Just straight up take tires every pit stop. I wish they were all 150 laps or so we can have a little bit of strategy, but it's fine. I like Kansas too, so.
All right, we'll wish you the best of luck when we go racing once again next week. Congratulations on second regardless, and we'll see you at Kansas.
Yeah, thank you.
Justin Anasogag still chasing his maiden win of the SRA IEL Truck Series. Let's bring in Michael Gudge into the broadcast booth. And Michael, your race not devoid of drama this afternoon, particularly early on. Things really tamed off in that final start there, but talk us through the first 20 laps. You managed to snipe the lead away, but they almost went 4 wide on the back straightaway. I mean, it was aggressive for being only, 15 laps into it.
Yeah, just trying to get up there. I knew I had a fast truck, and I knew I wasn't the best on long runs, so I knew the only way I was going to be able to get track position was to get myself up there, up to the front very early on, and it worked out. Had a chance to win the race at the end, but I got kind of nervous over fuel because I know, like, right at the beginning, whenever I was leading that final start, on that final restart, I was like a lap and a half short, and I was like, oh no. And I let Jared by, and my fuel number immediately went back up, and I was like 2.2, 0.3 laps to the good, and I was like, oh, I'll ride it behind Jared. And yeah, Anasogak just caught me, and then I was thinking about trying to go around Jared once Anasogak caught me, but just didn't because I was too worried about fuel, and on hindsight, that probably lost me the race. But hindsight's always 20/20. Great run to Jared. I know he was part of that 3 wide deal very at the beginning, and he wasn't very happy about that with it being so early, but worked out in the end. Congrats to Jared. And yeah.
What do you think about this race's mentality change? Because I was expecting for it to be more of the same when we got into the last 20 laps there, but it was about as organized as the whole race had been once he went green for the second time there.
Yeah, I know. It was we got strung out, and honestly, with how much tires were here and how weirdly the tires were here, there wasn't really a whole lot you could do. Yeah, once you got side by side with somebody, it was just whoever had the better tires, and Anasogak just had the better tires, and Jared just able to hold them off. Big props to Jared. I know Anasogak was like 9-10 seconds out of us before that last caution, and probably pretty bummed out for him, but like I said, all props to Jared. That was a great race from him.
I wish you the best of luck when we go racing next week in Kansas. Will you be joining us there, or is it later on in the season for you?
Tentatively right now, yes. Rest of the season, just week by week basis on how work comes out, but hopefully be there for the rest of the season. Doubt it, but we'll try to make as many as we can.
All right, sounds like a plan. Michael, it's always a pleasure to be able to talk to you up here in the broadcast booth. We'll hopefully see you again next week in Kansas.
Yeah, thank you.
And with that, that's going to take us to the end of our interviews for the night, and that will take us as well to the end of our show this afternoon. But boy, oh boy, drama, action, Texas Motor Speedway once again not disappointed this afternoon. That was one for the books for sure. Texas almost always is in this league. Before we get to next week, though, we still got a lot coming on now. It's the big show tomorrow afternoon. Derek Watson and I, the broadcast for the 5th annual Cyber 500 to kick off racing action for the Cyber Thunder Racing League. That'll be at noon. And then later on that night, 8 hours later, is the SRA Xfinity Series from round number 2, presented by Purple Haze Auto Sports. They'll be at Charlotte Motor Speedway for 170 laps or 2 hours. On Monday, the High Tide Race League Evan Fraser Designs Premier Series swings out to Avondale to eliminate 4 more cars, and will take 4 into Miami 2 weeks, 1 week from Monday. On Tuesday, the Ole Miss Royal Cup Series returns from a 1-week break, and boy, they're racing at the paperclip of all places. If there's ever a place to return to, that would be it. Road course racing is up on round number 3. Circuit of the Americas is coming on up for us here on Thursday afternoon. And then from there, That's going to take us straight to Saturday, where we go racing once again for the SRA IEL Truck Series at Kansas. Want to find out more about who we are, what we can offer you? Check us out today at www.greenflytv.com. My name is Little Remble. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week in Kansas.